I'm Katie Alexander. I'm the Director of Physician Relations and Community Engagement for Tampa General Hospital. We are a private not-for-profit facility with 1,077 beds, and we're unique in that we have an open medical staff. We're comprised of about 60% of academic physicians from the University of South Florida and 40% private community physicians. So when I found MarketWare, I was already with a claims data vendor, and I was using it at what I thought was optimum use. I had achieved meaningful use with showing return on our investment and doing better call planning and really making our department more effective in terms of our outreach and efficient in terms of our time. So when our vendor went to make a change, I went to the RFP process and I stumbled upon MarketWare. And what set MarketWare apart from some of the other vendors on the market was the ability for me as the end user to really manipulate the data. I was able to get in there and drill down deeper into levels that allowed me to tell more of a story, to show my team more details, and really maximize our ROI and tie it directly back to our outreach efforts, which is really important when you're dealing with your C-suite and trying to convince them that you are in fact responsible for several $1 million of return on investment. So using the tool, MarketWare, I use Ascend and Scout, has definitely allowed us to succeed as a team. I've been doing this for about 13 years. When I first started, it was kind of the dark age of information. You went out and you thought you were making an impact and you believed it. You believed that you were making changes and driving business to the hospital. But until you could really quantify that, it was hard to point to our department and say that we are of value. So using MarketWare, I've been able to grow my team from 3 reps to 6 by showing the return on their investment, better use their time efficiently, direct their outreach in a way that pinpoints unique physician relationships and allows us to read more into the story, and allows us to cross over more into our strategy department and help steer the ship for the entire organization on where we're going in terms of service lines. So moving forward with MarketWare, one of the things that I'm the most excited about is the ability to give them my feedback and see it implemented in the tool. I feel like our department is pretty sophisticated, and we've brought them many tips and tricks and things that we've learned along the way that I've seen them practically implement in different reporting and dashboard. So I'm very excited about some of the tools that are trickling down, some of the new dashboards and reports that I think are not only going to be valuable for my team, but to see it work for other clients and other people adapting some of the things that we've passed along makes MarketWare uniquely different.